And when are they going to be delivered? You see, so this raises a red flag to me. Is this just saying, trying to fulfill what the Williams Act says, that you have to have these supplies on site, but you have a catch-all saying that, well, they're at the warehouse and they are pending delivery to site. But when you have all of these at the warehouse, it becomes a problem, and which makes me wonder if they're just saying this just to bypass the Williams Act. And so it raises a severe question to me. It's just too many of these statements that states that at warehouse pending delivery. Well, when are they going to be delivered? That is the question that I asked this board, and so I hope I get some kind of answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mims. This is a public hearing on this issue, so I would ask if there's any other public comments or if staff has a response to that particular question. Ms. O'Brien, thank you for volunteering. And it's good, because it's a public hearing, it's good to get the information right away.
We receive from the sites information after they've taken it to their site council about any remaining needs that they may have. Those are submitted to us. The timing at which that happens with their school site council meetings and when they get it to us, we very quickly make sure that the information is relayed to the warehouse. I did a final check today. Everything that's on this list has been received at all of the school sites. In many cases, they were received on the day that this docket was being put in. With the exception of social studies in 2nd, 3rd, and 5th grade, those textbooks have not yet arrived from the vendor, but everything else has been received.
Thank you. Good news, very good news. So thank you for asking that question, Mr. Mims, because the point of those, when it's called sufficiency of textbooks, that means it needs to be in the kids' hands. So thank you, Mrs. O'Brien, for being really right up to the minute on that information. Thank you, that helps a lot. Any other public comment on this item? If not, then I'm closing the public hearing on the sufficiency of textbooks, and this would come back for action. Oh, she wants it as action. I'm sorry. Okay. It doesn't say that, yeah. So as a board, we're going to have to determine that we want to take this to action. Mrs. Locke's not here at this time.
But she did send a message to us via electronic communication.
Okay. Mrs. Williams? We're asking because Mrs. Locke, it's not conveyed here. And I've been treating it simply as a public hearing for information. And now the request is coming forward that this would be an action item as well.
There is sufficient notice on the agenda for the board to take action, even though it does indicate information. So there is, I think, sufficient notice on the public agenda that action could be taken on this particular item.
Okay, so given that, council, then okay, thank you. We will consider a motion. We didn't get a lot of public comment or pushback, and we had some good information brought forward that this is being addressed now. So I would ask the board if there is a motion then on these, the sufficiency of textbook instructional materials.
Madam President, I move that the board approve the textbook sufficiency resolution and accept the report as published. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Mayo. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Lawrence, and we would now go to I'm sorry, Mrs. Oakes has a question.
Mrs. O'Brien, do you have an idea when the social science textbooks will be delivered? You said 3rd through 5th grade, correct? Did you say?
It's, sorry, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th grade where we have some insufficiencies. They've been ordered from the vendor. I asked purchasing if they would check with the vendor and get an ETA for us, and we haven't received communication back yet.
Can I ask?
Yes, Mrs. Mayo.
So do we know if these are for classroom sets or for students to take home?
These are student books, one-to-one match.
Any other questions? Thank you. And knowing Mrs. O'Brien, she's on it like a pit bull. She will get it done if she has to drive to whatever city it is to get it right. Okay, thank you. I would ask for a voice vote then. Mrs. Denler?
Yes.
Thank you. Mrs. Mayo?
Yes.
Mrs. Oakes?
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence? And Ms. Hanson, yes. So that action on that passes 500. So that should